This one actually sounds alright, doesn't it? I mean, other than the big exhaust. Hey everybody, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel, the 1KD FTV specialist, because that's what we specialise in, have done for years. This one has done, as you can see, a bit over 300,000 Ks. So I thought I'd have a look at the readings, something we haven't done for a while, a video. We've got a whole playlist on this. You can have a look at the playlists on our YouTube channel if you want to get more information, get yourself trained on what's normal and what's not. Remember, this one is a manual. So the manual, the load is going to be much lower, because straight away everybody in the know is going, calculate load, 10 point, oh, that's pretty good. Well, on a manual, you'd probably expect more, around 7. So it's actually still a pretty good reading though. We are up to full operating temperature, as you can see, coolant temp, 84 degrees. Generally they idle at 83, but thereabouts. Okay, let's have a look at a few things here. Well, this is actually looking good too. I've gone down to the injection volume, as you can see. Only 5.5. On a manual, you want to see 4 point something with new injectors, but 5's okay. So from these two readings so far, these injectors are certainly not bad. Some people have still got the misconception that injection feedback 1, 2, 3, and 4 is the be all and end all. You got to understand a few things. That's only telling you the individual injector feedback, right? So, for example, number 1 is subtracting fuel, minus 1.9. The other 3 are adding a little bit of fuel, not much at all. But overall, that's pretty good. Let's have a look down a bit further at some more important readings, like the load and like the injection volume. As you'll see the pattern by watching the videos in that playlist. What's it called? Diagnostics or something like that. One of these old ones. We used to do a lot of videos like this. We don't find ourselves these days doing a lot of diagnostic work, checking feedback values. People know from averages, from watching our videos, when their injectors need to be replaced, and they just book it in. Now the problem with this one, it's done over 300,000 Ks. He's had it for 3 years, but if I had to guess, it seems like the injectors have just been done before he's got it. But let's have a look and see what else we see. Pilot 1 and 2, just over here, usually around the 430 mark. Now, Pilot 2 is jumping up around 480, I've noticed quite a bit, which is very unusual, which indicates a problem. So as much as we could say, overall the picture looks pretty good, we've got to ask ourselves, why is Pilot 2 jumping up to 490 when it's usually steady around 430? Have a look at the other videos, see how consistent these things are. When that happens, that's when you've got to go, whoa, what's going on here? Now, main injection period, I'll say, depends on autos, manuals, Prados, Hiluxes, and watt injectors, but on this 120, you're generally 5 to 700. Now, they jump a little bit. It is the jumpy one. The main injection period is the one that jumps around a little bit, typically. Okay? Generally jumping high. Now, the spec is about 5 to 700 round figures. You can see this one's going down under 500 to 460, but it's also jumping up well into the 6s I've seen so far without recording any data, just looking at it, recording it in my mind. The jump is normally, you know, you put new injectors in, you're going to see maybe 500, most commonly probably 550, 600, that sort of thing. You might go a bit either side. This one really seems to be jumping up and down a lot. See that went way down in the 4s, up around over 6, back down in the 4s. That jumping around is something that isn't normal. So as much as I want to say these injectors are good, it could be a set of some aftermarket Chinese ones, counterfeit copies. It could be some other brand of rebuilt injectors. It could be anything. It's certainly not a new genuine set of injectors anytime lately from these readings, but it's certainly not a picture that I'm going, wow, this is really bad. But is the combustion wrong? You know, are the injectors working right? Is wrong combustion the cause of cracked pistons? Have you got $15,000 to $20,000 on the side to replace your engine? Because if the answer is no, you really need to keep watching the videos and get to know these vehicles so you can make the decision what needs to be done. I just give you the information. Let's have a look at the timing and the fuel pressure. Okay. Timing doesn't really usually go out unless you've got a big problem. So that's actually not looking too bad, but maybe not ideal, but not too bad. Let's not waste time talking about that. The target common rail pressure is what the ECU, the computer, is saying, this is what I want the fuel pressure to be. The fuel pressure is the actual fuel pressure. The fuel pressure is controlled by the suction control valve. And yes, this has got the rubbish one in it. So let's just have a look what this rubbish one's doing. We'll do a couple different tests. Quite commonly 32 to 35. You can see this one from my minute watching so far, less than a minute. I haven't seen lower than about 31, 32, and mostly up to about 35. So it's certainly not one that's really bad. So you could go, although I just saw a 37 there, right? When they start jumping 30 to 40, like that 37 and 36 down to 31, this is the problem, because this engine's trying to run right, it's trying to run clean. And when you're on the gas, as soon as I put the foot down, the target changes. The fuel pressure needs to change with it rapidly, quickly changing up and down. As I rev it up and down, it needs, and it generally does. But when you've got fuel pressure jumping up and down, that means things are sticking, it's not working right. And you're going to get a delay in that, which means increased fuel consumption. You could blow some smoke, could cause some rattles and stuff like that. Suction control valve, is it a fix for old flogged injectors? So maybe be aware of your fuel pressure and be aware of the short suction control valve. Perhaps we'll pop the bonnet and have a look at it and show you what it is again, but there's videos in playlists demonstrating that. Now there's another test you can do. Hold it on 3000 RPM. Same thing, watch and see. The target will tell you how still I can hold my foot. Not bad, but not good. I'm letting it drop now actually, sorry. Let me try and hold that steady foot for as long as I can. Overall, actually not too bad. But hear that big noisy exhaust? It doesn't bother me. I'm not the one that's got to sit in the car for thousands of kilometers and listen to it. It probably annoys other people a bit, but you know, each to their own. It may help with some things with the engine, but the turbo specialist says that bigger exhausts are one of the things that will allow overboost and can be the cause of your turbo failure, perhaps prematurely. So something to keep an eye on. It doesn't bother me. I'm not saying I hate big exhaust, whatever. I don't have one. I have the standard exhaust because it's quality and I know that it works. That's what we have on our vehicles. Let's have a quick look at the short SCV and let's wrap this one up. Okay, let's have a quick look at the engine bay. Not too bad. It's got the mesh missing off the top there. Someone's been in there with a pressure washer. That's all right. This has obviously been used. It's been covered in mud. It's been cleaned up. It's just got the mud staining on it. So this isn't actually, you know, like a dirty thing. It's just staining. Do you know what I mean? So I appreciate the cleanup. Short suction control valve. Let's look at that just quickly for the people that missed all the other. I've just got to be aware here because these bonnet struts, they're not holding. So the vehicle's unroadworthy. And if I put my fingers here and the bonnet comes down with a wind or a breeze or something, or it just happens to come down, I could lose my hand. Okay, SCV on the back of the pump. See that thing right in the middle of the picture there? I'll try and point, right? Yeah, point right at the end of my finger, that thing there. That's the short SCV. If you have a look under your bonnet of your 120 Prado or your Hilux up until some around about 2009, they wised up and went, these things are rubbish. They just didn't tell you about it. And genuine Toyota changed to a different part number. It's all Denso parts. They changed to a different number, which gave you the long one. Careful which one you buy. Once again, counterfeit. You're only going to get new, genuine stuff from me, but counterfeit copies and wrong parts. People buying these things, paying a lot of money for them, and not getting the adapter kit you need to be able to make it work. Again, it's all in the videos how to install it. I'll try and give you a different angle on that. That's about the depth of it. It's about 1 inch in depth. If it sticks out a bit further, you know, it comes out to about sort of there. It's probably got the long one. You can watch the videos, really get familiar with what's what around here, and you'll know what you need and what you don't. Now this one's here, we're going to give it a good inspection. We're going to put it up, have a look around. It's done a few Ks. He wants to travel around Australia for a long time, indefinitely, and of course he doesn't want trouble, and that's why it's here. And there's going to be heaps of things in some video. I've decided, we had a chat of it, let's go nuts on the videos. There's going to be a lot of videos, right? Things like, see that grommet missing there? Whatever's gone through there, is that the UHF wire or something like that? UHF coax, I'm going to have a guess at. Yep. It's just sort of hanging around at the front there. Right, the grommet's got to be in there, okay? So you've got to get the grommet, you've got to cut or drill the hole out, and the grommet's got to stay there. We need to keep the inside of the car sealed. You're going to go up the Cape or something, do a water crossing, heap of water's going to go in there. It's going to get to your electronics. It's going to be bad news, really important. We've got things like, let's do it in a separate video, right? So subscribe, turn the bell on. I hope you learned something from this one. If you do need an injector kit and or an SCV, Monday mornings, 7:30 a.m, text message. Keep watching the videos. There's a playlist called How to Buy My Kits. The phone number is listed on our YouTube channel. The phone number is listed on our the Prado Hospital Facebook page. You can send a text message Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. to get your injector kits. And bonus for those people that wait till the end, you've got May and June to order all your parts kits. I'm taking July and part of August, not sure till when, indefinitely off at this stage for another break, because I'm getting older and we've got other aspects of the business to take care of, other maintenance, family stuff and all that sort of thing. And you know what? That's just how it's going to be. So I do what I say what I do, and part of that is letting you know you've got basically till the end of June. Stay tuned on the Prado Hospital Facebook page. We'll be back on deck probably late August for a little bit, and early September before yet again another break for the September school holidays to spend some time with the family, the kids and whatever. And then of course we'll be back on deck after that. That'd be most likely, I think that's in October by the time we're back on deck. And then for the rest of the year until Christmas, open until we say we're closed and all that. And of course another break at Christmas, because that's life and years go quick. So the more holidays, the merrier. You know, one of the old sayings a mate of mine used to say, whoever dies with the most toys wins. I say whoever dies who's had the most holidays wins. So I'm going to start working on that harder and harder. You might as well call me Anthony, the retired 1KD guy that helps people out, because that's how it's going to be. Thanks for watching till the end. Hit the like button if you like that. I say what I do what I say. Subscribe, turn the bell on, and there'll be a heap of videos on this one. Catch you on that one. See ya.